I'm out here checking the tomatoes, and it's a good idea when you see leaves touching the ground to get rid of those, to prune them off, because see how it's getting all spotty? That's a sign of blight. I'll cut them all off as close to the stalk as I can, and with just some scissors. Now this is a determinate plant. I'm not gonna do a lot of heavy pruning on it, because when you heavy prune a determinate plant, you're gonna lose production. They don't handle it well, but this is a good way to keep the blight from happening, getting those leaves off the ground. It also help keep the flea beetles away. This is a Rutgers tomato, which is a determinate. These are all determinates through here and here. So I'll prune lightly. I'll just get what's off the ground, off the ground. These determinants, on the other hand, I'll probably strip. Let me show you. Anything touching the ground like this, and that's a sucker. I'm gonna pull that away. This branch right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off too. I like to have a clean stalk. This is see how this little sucker's coming up between there and there, and how this is touching the ground. We don't want that because that brings disease. Same here. And that's a sucker. I could leave those suckers and it would get a lot bushier. And it'd probably even produce on those suckers. But I want everything away from the ground. We're in Arkansas, northern Arkansas. It's extremely humid. And when it gets really hot and humid both, that's when you have problems with blight and disease. So I like to clean all the way down. I'll take these two off too. It'll keep producing and making more from the top. I'll do that to all these determinants, just lowering the chances of blight. We're gonna stake them this weekend. These little short stakes are really meant for a determinate plant, but after a rainstorm the other day, it's all I had for something I could put in. My husband is gonna, this weekend, he's gonna put some 8-foot stakes in the ground that we'll start tying everything to. But it's getting a little jungly in here, so I need to clean off these lower branches, clean everything up good. Go ahead and harvest some of these kohlrabies so we get some air coming in here. You get too crowded and that's when you start having a lot of problems. This one right here has way too many limbs touching the ground right now. My cilantro is going to seed. See? It'll focus, yeah. See? Where it's fixing to flower. It'll flower and go to seed, and I believe that's where coriander comes from. I'm not sure. I'm leaving them. A friend of mine told me that the pollinators would flock to it, so I'm leaving them for now. But it's mixed in with that sage, and it's pretty messy in here right now. We've had so much rain, it's been hard to do anything out here. And I always plant too thick. I do it every year. I want one of everything, and then I decide 2 would be even better. This one over here. Having straw underneath them really helps. You get straw packed in real good around the base of your tomatoes, and then the soil can't, when it rains and you water, the soil can't splash up on the leaves so bad. which is where your black comes from. I think that's a Jersey Giant. I have tags buried underneath all these limbs. Can't see them because the limbs are hiding them right now, but I'll uncover them and get a better idea. This whole row is BHN. I know that because it's my favorite. That is going to be Rutgers, Beta Lux, Early Girl, things like that. But anyway, I was just showing you, you got to get these plant leaves off the ground or everything will get diseased and die. Just be careful doing the determinants. Only do what's touching the ground. Don't do anything up high. Indeterminate, you're free to go a little bit higher. You're not going to mess with your production so much. Some people prune it indeterminate down to one stem all by itself. I'm not that drastic. Y'all have a good evening. I get to work. Love you. Bye.